So yeah, the only boss against Mitoe. So I'm sure all of you know about Mitoe. I mean, he's been around for pretty long time. I mean, pretty old guy actually. So you should all know him, and well, maybe you know the boss as well because he's also been around for a while. Not quite as successful in tournaments usually as Mitoe, but this time he did make it to the semifinals, and now he's gonna play the bronze match. So pretty impressive performance by him. Definitely surprised everyone by his level of play, especially his micro has been pretty good. Most of the matches we've seen. So yeah, pretty excited for this bronze match. So game one is on Florida. I'm gonna need to toggle the yes, the UI, and yeah, game one is on Florida, and it looks like they agreed on France against Germany. A very standard matchup. I think Germany is one of the main civs for the boss. I would say his main civ is probably France, and well, France is also one of Mito's main civs. Oh, whoops, bit of a misclick there. But yeah, I think this map is pretty good for France in this matchup. I mean, you get the livestock, you get the nice treasures everywhere. Holy shit! Okay, there you go. 30 seconds in the game, and Mitoe is already doing some weird stuff. So dropping a dog. I was wondering why this explorer was wandering so far away. Usually, you expect friends to drop a trading post directly. But it looks like he's gonna opt for the dock, which, you know, is weird, but at the same time, this map has so many great treasures and so many sheep as well that being able to use your explorer to do some stuff and not just build a trading post has to be nice. Also, on this side especially, you get the XP quite late. He would get it only now, which is a little bit late, maybe. So yeah, Mitoe going for the dog, so hero style, just dropping a dog directly from the 200 wood. He's gonna have to cut the boat production for a while just to get a house up. Because if you would just unqueue that bill and get a boat, he would be housed. So he's gotta like get that as soon as he can. Could have maybe a couple more vills on wood. Maybe one more vill on wood would be ideal for that. Then again, I feel like at this point, as friends, you just want to sell 100 food if you can, so that you can buy 100 wood and get hunting dogs eventually. I think it's just better than mining coin. But then again, Mitoe, well, he's probably done this build more than me because I've never done this. So he probably knows it best, and maybe with hunting dogs it's too slow. So he's deciding to just get the remaining coin to just buy 100 wood and get more boats out of it. So I would expect him to just stop chopping wood at 40 wood. So he can get 140 wood, and that would be 2 extra fishing boats after he's bought some wood. So yeah, there you go. Gonna get another boat there. And he will probably eat 1 or 2 sheep later on when he wants to wage up. So very interesting build from Mitoe. I've never seen someone go for this start as friends before. He's also gonna get 100 XP, which is just always nice. It's maybe it should be nerfed actually. It's a pretty good treasure there. So I didn't quite follow what boss is doing because, well, you know, this is pretty interesting to watch. But Germany did go for a trading post. So on this map, you get a coin start as usual as Germany, but because you already have the market, you can actually buy 100 wood and get your trading post. I'm not sure about that Gangsa. Surely he should just cancel it and age. I really don't want him to queue that. Like, he really needs to just cancel that and age. He's gonna idle, which is, you know, it's not really worth it, right? Like, he's gonna age late just to have his gang so a few seconds earlier, which is not a good idea. But we did see Boss actually scouting the early dogs. So, you know, now that he's got the gang saw and he's also got the the trading post. I feel like he might just go. He could just drop a tower upon that dock, maybe, to deny the water. Just nuke the dock directly. Have your tower to defend against a potential 2 caravel shipment. We'll see what he wants to do. And yeah, so he did. Well, I guess he's not going for that because he's getting placer mines, so it's not gonna be any kind of crossbow pike play, I guess. Meanwhile, Mitoe is dropping a trading post now, so he does want his TP, and he will get the XP as well, which is pretty nice, just as he completes his TP, so definitely very nice for him there. And along with that 100 XP treasure he's got earlier, he's gonna have almost 2 shipments ready, and he's gonna be up just at 430, so you know he's instead of getting a TP and aging potentially earlier, yeah, 440 is a bit late, so you know he could have like a trading post and hunting dogs and be up at the same time, or a bit earlier, or maybe he could just have a trading post and age 1210 or something and be up very early, but instead he's got 4 fishing boats. Honestly, not sure it's a good trade. I think you might as well have the TP and hunting dogs and age earlier than that, but interesting regardless. So yeah, both players pretty much up at the same time. But yeah, Germany didn't really get anything special in age 1. Well, he does have a TP, but did he even get hunting dogs? I'm not sure when. He got it after Gangsa, so he didn't get hunting dogs in age 1. So that means, well, his age 1 was nothing special for Florida already. Usually you can get TP and hunting dogs. So yeah, not the greatest start for Germany. While France, well, he does have the dock and stuff. I need to check if he's got anything water related in his deck. Please, can you open the deck? So it doesn't want to open the deck. I guess I can just click here, but that's kind of weird. Oh, he does have 2 caravels in deck, but I don't think it's a good idea to even ship that. And he's getting Gangsa, and because of the early TP, he's... Oh, and he chopped for a second TP. Okay, so Germany is going to be able to train just a couple Ulans, probably just 3 or 4 Ulans, and then just age. Well, he can also make 5, but then he's going to age a bit late. But yeah, it should be a pretty quick age up. France opening the stable. 5 hearts directly. We're gonna pop there. And Boss is gonna lose 1 Ulan there. Or maybe he can pull it away, but I don't think so, yeah. Might as well turn and fight now. Yeah, so bit unfortunate for him. Honestly, I think against France, you know, if you try to raid, they will pop 5 hearts. So I think he might as well have used his 2 Ulans to pick up some more treasures. Like this 135 coin would have been better for Germany. But yeah, so Mitoe's got 5 hearts, and of course against Germany you're behind a little bit in the cap mass for a while. And Germany, so he can see Germany has got 8 Ulans, but he's like, yeah, okay, 8 Ulans is not so much. I can try maybe to siege his TP and bait him, but actually no, Mitoe's gonna pull back. I thought he would maybe try to flank with 5 more Hus here. But yeah, oh, Mitoe is gonna get caught, but it's actually gonna be good for him. I mean, a pretty good micro from Boss, pulling that 1 Ulan away, but I don't know. These Ulans have been starting to fight quite a bit earlier, so they got a lot of damage on the Hus, but it's still like a lot of Hus for Mitoe, and Boss is gonna get cleaned up, so that's like 8 or 10 Ulans dead for 5 Hus or something. So it has to be a good trade for Mitoe, and with that small extra water eco there, he's just in a pretty good spot, right? He's gonna be already far ahead in eco compared to Germany. This doesn't take into account the CDBs, so it has to be like an extra 5 or 6 bills for Mitoe right now. Also gonna snare the Explorer, but it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, Mitoe is stacking for an age. I feel like he could have maybe aged a veil earlier, but yeah, he's stacking for the age up there. And And Boss is already aging, getting idled quite a bit by the remaining hussars. One huss there. Okay, so Mitoe is actually gonna take the treasure. So that's what I was saying. Maybe Boss could have picked it up with 2 Ulans there. So it's like a 270 coin swing because instead of Boss, Mitoe is gonna get it. So it's gonna be a 270 coin swing in Mitoe's favor. So quite a nice pickup by him. While he's still tanking TC Fire with hussars, which is rather efficient, And yeah, Boss player is going to be up at pretty much the same time. Boss slightly earlier, but not so much earlier, so it's not going to make a big difference. That native scout is still alive as well, which is really nice for France. He's also going to sit on that coin mine. You can see he's barely got line of sight of the coin, so he can check the coin count, and if any bill starts gathering, he can maybe figure it out. So France is gonna open Skirm Goon, which is pretty standard, obviously. He might need a few more wheels on wood, but I'm sure he will. Yeah, he's gonna switch a couple more wheels to wood now. And that's 1,000 wood for Germany, but like he knows there's that dock, right? So he knows he's gotta do something. He's gotta make something happen because obviously France is just gonna outboom. Well, even without a dock, usually France just outgathers Germany a little bit and they have a better late game. So you kind of want to make something happen as Germany, right? And 1,000 wood against France is maybe not what you want, generally speaking, but especially when he's got a dock, right? So France is going to be able to get a nice goon mass. He's going to be able to mass enough units to defend his 2 falconets. And when you reach the point where they have like calf combat, dragoons, and cuirs, and enough skirms to like one-shoot war wagon, and 2 falconets behind, it becomes pretty hard for Germany to deal with it. And especially with the extra eco, he's going to get even more units out. Nice little pickup there, though, getting the hussar. He needs to build houses, yeah, because he's like stacking so many resources. I feel like you might want to get amalgamation because it's a pretty good upgrade for Germany. I mean, he's gonna have like 16 wheels on coin now, maybe even more, because I think he's gonna need to put more wheels to coin there. Yeah, so he's gonna have 20 wheels on coin, and amalgamation is just like 4 wheels at this point, 3 or 4 wheels. So it's a pretty good trade for 200 wood and 200 food, and he's got the resources for it. So I think amalgamation is really underrated, really. Oh, Germany does have a native scout as well, so... And he does have 2 TPs, to be fair, so he's gonna have some sort of tempo with extra military shipments, but he's deciding to go for the frigate, which, I don't think 6 fishing boats actually justify a frigate shipment, right? This is like, what, 4 or 5 wheels? Maybe 4 wheels because of steel traps. Well, he's on ways, so maybe not more than 5 wheels. And I don't think a frigate actually makes too much sense there. There's also nothing to well, I guess the frigate could secure this hunt later, but for the time being, Mitoe still has food, so it's not gonna be extra useful. So yeah, you can see Germany is actually keeping up in score, but if you take into account the fact that this is 1,000, 1,000 score, but it's not actually going to be very useful. And if you also take into account the fact that German units are just not quite as good, like war wagons are not quite as good as dragoons, and Uhlans are not quite as good as cuirs. You're like, yeah, okay. The scores are close, but yeah, Mitoe is also pulling ahead now that he's popped a batch of cuirs. He might want to wait until he's got calf combat, maybe? He's gonna push now, but okay, gonna donate a goon. Unfortunate for him. Oh, cancelling that volley there was a bit painful. Oh, and Mitoe is actually going in already. Yeah, I feel like Calf Combat would have been pretty good, but then again, he's got his Queers on top of the skirms. The Olan should already go in. I mean, he needs to do something with his Cav, and wow, and 9 Ulan's popping though, and maybe Minuteman could be called as well. Would be very nice to see Minuteman now. He needs to spend his resources, get Minuteman out, finish his batch of skirms. So yeah, you know, looks like it's a pretty good fight for Germany actually. Minuteman finally being called. And yeah, just maybe France pushing a little bit too much. Like, you don't want to have your Dragoons sitting in the Ulan's like that. So, pretty good trade for Boss, I guess. Then again, Boss needs more than a decent trade, you know? He needs, like, to crush a fight, because, like I said, he's gonna fall behind if he doesn't, but still, like, pretty good fight for Germany. I think Mitoe didn't need to push. I don't know why he decided to push. Like I said, he's got the extra eco. That frigate is not even doing anything, in fact. He's got the better late game, so I'm not sure why Mitoe wanted to push there. And I wonder what he shipped. Is that a 7 skirm shipment? Most likely, yes. Arsenal going down. Again, you know, now that he lost all his army, the Arsenal is just not going to be as good, because any upgrade he gets is going to be a little bit less impactful. And like, he could have gotten that before pushing, as well as Calf Combat and stuff like that, but yeah. Mitoe maybe felt like he was ahead enough that he could just take this fight, and honestly, he's probably still in a decent spot, like, maybe even still winning, but yeah. That's not the kind of fight he wanted to take there. Also, I feel like Boss might have the slightly superior skirm mass, even though Mitoe ships 7 skirms, yeah. Boss has got like 2 extra skirms plus the low HP Minutemen, so he's slightly ahead in the skirm mass. But he doesn't have anything else than skirms, essentially. He's getting a batch of 4 wagons soon, but it's still a minute to go, and in that time, Mitoe might be able to push with his queers, so Boss has to be extra careful. That's 9 queers there. Is it a double stable? Nah, just 9 queers from one stable, and oh man, he's got to be like super careful. But again, Mitoe pushing before Calf Combat, that I don't quite understand. But then again, there's just too many skirms from Boss, and no War Wagons are still in queue. Ulans are doing a good job at blocking. The Veers are tanking as well, so he might be able to just pick off all these queers, but I'm not sure he's even gonna get his War Wagon batch in time. Okay, Mitoe's gonna pull back, so Mitoe just being satisfied with his trade. He's lost like 4 queers. He's lost 4 queers, but he's killed a few skirms. 3 Ulans and 3 Vills, and he's idled Mitoe idled Boss a little bit, so I think he could have cancelled that Vill to get another War Wagon out. Would have been nice. Anyway, yeah, and now Germany has to be on one of these coin mines, which are a little bit more exposed than the ones in the back. So this is gonna be a point of contention in this game, probably. And when Mitoe gets to Falconets, because like if Mitoe pushes now, Boss can kind of just sit in the trees and use his set of wagons to tank, and it's gonna be hard for Mitoe to actually push with skirms. But if Mitoe gets 2 Falconets, he's gonna have the ranged advantage, and Germany's gonna have to go back. And that frigate finally being used, but it's already half HP. I don't know how, just because of the dock, I guess. Kind of weird. No Falconets for France just yet. So yeah, that set of wagon is tanking. A little bit of fire there. Boss is gonna lose probably at least 1 set of wagon, but if he can hold the ground, it's all that matters at this point. And he's got a War Wagon shipment coming in just in time, and Vills are gonna be pulled. Oh, had to pause there. And Q's getting on top of the skirms though, and oh, they're just doing so much damage. They have the Cav HP from Arsenal and Calf Combat, and they're just, yeah, all the skirms are gone, and I think this is just GG. Looking at the scores, yeah, game over. So Well played by Mitoe. Yeah, he's just kind of got a better start with that dark, and Boss shipped a frigate, but he killed like 2 boats with it. It's just a waste of his shipment. Imagine if he had an extra, I don't know, any kind of other shipment like calf combat or anything would be so much better than this useless frigate there, and might have been just what he needed to win a fight. Even though again, winning a fight doesn't mean you win the game in this matchup when he's got like extra fishing boats and stuff, but yeah, he did need the extra unit shipment. So, but yeah, good game. I'm gonna need to update the score. I need to check the post-game stats. Yeah, well, not so much to say about that. Just friends being ahead in eco. I think we can see it in there. Pretty far ahead in eco actually. And that trade was just too good for France. Germany, they need to not take a fight. If he was gonna survive with only 8 Ulans, so he's got a bunch of 4 Ulans and 2 times 2 from the shipments. Yeah, he needed just to not take a fight if he was gonna age that fast. And Mito's still aging right after, so yeah. And then just naturally outmassing Germany because of the extra eco he's got. And Germany just still taking a good trade. Again, this should have not gone that well for Germany here. You can clearly see France being ahead. But Mitoe kind of a little bit too eager to take a fight there. And could have been bad for him, but he was ahead enough that it didn't matter too much. I think there was probably the frigate at this time. Imagine if Germany didn't have a frigate here and he had another unit shipment. When you see how well that fight went for him, if he had another, well, he had 3 Ulans from the frigate, but he could have had another 5 or 6 Ulan from a shipment or something like that, and maybe crush the fight or just calf combat or something. I don't know, but oh man. Anyway, let's move on to game number 2. All right, so we're gonna move on to game 2. And Russian Miro. Okay, so Mitoe had to pick first, and he went for Russia here. Mitoe really believes that India is very bad at the moment, which I don't necessarily agree with. But this is traditionally a pretty good map for India, and I would have expected Mitoe to pick India there as a first pick because, well, how do you really counter India? I guess Dutch is your best bet, but I wouldn't say that it's necessarily a very bad matchup for India. But yeah, he decided to go for Russia, and Boss is a big Russia player, I think, so he decided to mirror. And so we have here, this is actually Mitoe, of course, playing a steel. I need to actually switch that stuff. And yeah, we have Boss here playing as well. Now it's blue against red. Just, getting treasures and not actually going for a market or anything. Mitoe getting the 40 wood and some coin as well, so he's going for the hunting dogs. And he's also gonna get a 50-foot treasure, which is gonna help him age up in time. I think Mitoe should have roughly the same age up time as Boss, but he has the extra hunting dogs and market. On the other hand, Boss does have all these resources, which he's gonna be able to use early on for units and the bookhouse and stuff. But I would still say this is a better start for Mitoe, just because like having hunting dogs as Russia is always very nice. You have most of your bills on food, so it's a nice eco boost. Even now, like Mitoe still has to gather 600 or 700 food for his age up, so hunting dogs is gonna help him by 60 or 70 food. So yeah, nice boost. Not gonna find any more treasures though. While boss is he's gonna find all the remaining treasures on the map. Actually, he's gonna get this 50 food here, and then the small coin treasures. And the 50 food is especially nice. So he's gonna be. I wonder why. Okay, I guess Mitoe, thanks to the market and crackshotting a bear, he's got his distributivism shipment a bit earlier. So he's actually gonna get a bit of extra wood compared to boss, and gonna sort of catch up in the wood count. But yeah, as you can see, they're gonna age up at the same time, essentially, despite the market. Who is going 17? Mitoe? Why is he going 17? I mean, he could have aged just now, which is great. This is a good age of time for Russia. Okay, so he's getting Gangsa and 17 age up, so maybe just wants to go for a funky build or something, but interesting. Oh, and Naito finding another food treasure. So yeah, he's just gonna have too much food. So that means Mitoe basically cannot go for a bookhouse. But, I mean, for a forward bookhouse. But he can probably secure 1 and 2 hunts here. Boss could also get this hunt, but it's a little bit further away. He does have the one in the back though. So I wonder what Mitoe is gonna do. I mean, he's not going for a duck or anything like that, so he's getting placer mines and a bookhouse, but he's still chopping wood. Okay, actually he's kind of chopping wood. I wonder what he's gonna do. And Boss is going for apparently the standard 5 Musk, 5 Cossacks opening. So nothing very surprising there. Oh, he did get a market in transition, so gonna slow him down a little bit. I feel like if he actually didn't get the market, he would. Oh, he's getting 700 wood. Okay, so I think Mitoe's age up is gonna pay off maybe. Well, he's not gonna have map control, but at the same time, he's got enough food for the time being, so he can just push for map later, I guess. And Mitoe just has a better start now, right? I mean, he's gonna be late, but it doesn't matter because Boss is also not pressuring at all. Getting steel traps, 700 wood, house now, probably 10 straight heads next. Or maybe not. It's just making bills. Would be interesting if Boss would just like drop a second bookhouse and age up with 700 coin next or something. We don't see any of these players dropping a church. I wonder if it would maybe be worth it at this point. I mean, Russia is going to struggle spending 700 wood like that, so maybe getting that church is pretty nice. Mitoe, well, that's his first shipment, yeah. So he's gonna get 5 cars and some musks. And following up with 4 Cossacks as well, so it looks like he wants to hit some sort of timing, you know. He's got that 17 age up, so he's able to get nice batches out. And oh wow, he's actually gonna push that bookhouse there, and Boss is like no units. That's a bit unfortunate. So I just don't know what Boss does now. He should have just made units, really. I think he needed to get a second blockhouse from 400 wood. If you're anyway gonna follow up with 700 wood, you might as well get your second blockhouse directly. But I think he's just lost. I mean, he's gonna get a batch of 5 mosques. But like the blockhouse is actually going down, right? Mito's just gonna get it down at this point. You're not gonna fight, right? The 4 costs, the 5 costs actually popping in base. So Boss is gonna lose. Yeah, GG. Oh, that was a weird game. I guess Boss was like, okay, he's edging late. He's not going for front base. He's just gonna do some greedy stuff. I can also grade myself, but in fact, Mitoe just made units, and Boss didn't make units, and yeah, he really needed a second blockhouse instead of this stable there. With 2 blockhouses, I think he could have held for long enough. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna check the post-game stats because I don't think there's so much to see about this game. Just gonna update the score. Oh god. And I guess we'll move on to next game. So this is a best of 7, by the way. I need to go that. And by the way, guys, make sure you check out Tac Cafe, which is the sponsor I had for this tournament. They kindly sponsored the tournament, as well as EGC TV, of course, which you may know because he's organized the table toppers tournaments, which I actually played. Well, yeah, Tac Cafe is an app for coffee shops on which you can take your orders online, organize your deliveries and stuff like that. So you also have a free trial for 6 months as well. So if you happen to have a coffee shop, well, make sure you do check out the app. And thanks a lot to them for sponsoring us. But yeah, we're in games 3 now, and that's gonna be Dutch against France. So looks like Mitoe counterpicked France with Dutch here, because Boss had to pick first in this game 3, and Mitoe answered with Dutch. So France going for the TP start, which is of course pretty standard. I think he might have been able to go for the market as well, because like he's gonna get coin now, so he could just drop a market and mine some coin, chop some wood, and just trade and get your house in time. On Great Plains, in this new version of Great Plains we have on DE, I don't know what they did with the treasures. I can't say that I like it. It used to be a nice map, but now you're just getting all these small coin treasures everywhere for some reason. But if you know about that, you know you can probably go for hunting dogs as well and buy some wood, because you're just gonna get so much coin. You can see he's already got 120 coin in each one, so yeah. So France has got a 60 XP treasure, so he's gonna have a nice 3-bill shipment. Well, he probably had it before he got the treasure, but yeah. And we'll most likely age up with 14 bills here. Mitoe is opening with the market, which is quite surprising because usually, he doesn't like the market so much as Dutch, but I assume he's got some wood treasure there because he's got 40 wood in the bank, so I think he's got a wood treasure, and that's probably why he decided to go for hunting dogs. So he's gonna get the nice idleless age up, and he has a market. He will get his bank up slightly later, most likely. But he's got hunting dogs, which is nice. And the market, of course, which is 100 wood. Oh, Mitoe not going for that? Kind of weird. Surely as Dutch you like to get 40 coin? Maybe he just didn't see it or something. Oh, now he sees it, damn. That's a waste of time. And maybe he just sees that there's nothing else to take here, so... Oh, but now Boss got it. Mito's gotta be annoyed about this. And Boss almost gonna snare, but yeah, Mito just getting away. So we do see Boss actually went for the 13A job. I'm not sure how much he had to idle for that. Would say about 15 seconds idle time maybe. So I think he's gonna be up at like 4:15. Which is, you know, not an ideal A job. But yeah, he's gonna be up a little bit earlier, which can be nice in this matchup as France tends to apply some pressure in H2 against Dutch. So being up earlier can be nice, but yeah, that's at the cost of half a bill, I think. So yeah, we'll see. Sending 2 CDBs forward, but Mitoe, I don't know if Mitoe paid attention there, but I don't think he did. Maybe he did. But yeah, that would be great information for him. So yeah, Boss is gonna send his... I don't like killing the animals there. It's gonna reveal the front base. Like Mitoe, you know, he sees that. He's like, okay, he's got a front base. He could have been just on that coin mine there for sure. And so yeah, Boss aging at 4:15 pretty much. Getting Gang Sao as well. Hunting Dogs and Gang Sao are gonna get Steel Traps next. So he's gonna go for Crossbow Pike stuff, I guess. Yeah, double barracks. That's not what you want to do against Dutch. Usually it can be good as a surprise maybe, but Mitoe now sees the double racks and you're like, okay, you know, is he gonna go double musk against Dutch? I don't think so. It's most likely double racks at this point, because like you don't want to make musks against a civ that has musketeers, skirmishers, unless they also have hussars. But you know, if it's only 2 barracks, you kind of know it's gonna be crossbows. So yeah, it's gonna be double crossbow, double racks crossbows, double wood shipment, steel traps, probably into a 3 hussar shipment as well. And Mitoe is just gonna be a dick and wall up essentially. So not taking any risks, and yeah, it's gonna be a little bit hard for France to pressure that. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like you kind of want skirms. If you're gonna wall up, you want to have like 5 skirms behind to just defend. But well, okay, we'll see. I guess he's got an envoy in queue. I think that's not intentional because you don't want to have envoys right now. Oh, that 1 bill, no, boss. Oh, he didn't see it. Oh, wow. Mitoe is really blind, thankfully. So that bill's actually gonna go down after like 15 seconds. But yeah, he knows about the stable, but he also knows he's got 10 pikes on the way. Mitoe will not have Huss. Oh, Mitoe just canceling his envoy. He's like, no, I wasted almost 1 bill, just, you know, not training bills all this time. And I don't know, it's somewhat of a good start for Boss. Again, I'm not sure about getting double racks against Dutch, but like he's gonna get the market downfall in the house as well. Mito's got only 5 Huss, so he can't take that, even if he gets Minutemen out. So he's gonna have to raid probably, but I think Boss has done a pretty good job of herding, so raids should not be too much of a problem for him. And now Boss is gonna nicely go in and start idling. Almost killing a bill there, but not quite. Mitoe is trying to buy time and get a couple of hits on the crossbows, but the pikes are now here, and Boss nicely getting more pikes out. He knows, okay, I'm up against Dutch. Dutch doesn't have a skirm shipment. They don't have a way of getting a barracks up very early when they already start with the stable. So he knows he's safe just going for a lot of pikemen at this point, and yeah. I hope he finishes his batch. Yeah, nice batch of 6 pikes here. And Minutemen gonna be cold, but that's a lot of units for friends, really. And well, that full HP Explorer is gonna be super annoying to deal with, but Boss is nicely focusing down the Minutemen. I think he might want to just pull away, just like you drop 1 or 2 units and you pull everything with your pikes, like you pull trick away. But yeah, Boss is now getting kind of fucked. I mean, all these units are just not really fighting, and Mitoe is getting just infinite value out of these Minutemen and Haas. Very nicely microed by him, and I don't know. If I'm Mitoe here, I even repair my bank, right? I think Busk went for the 4 CDBs, and that was probably his biggest mistake here. Imagine if he went for 3 Haas. Like, look, I mean, you're committing to double barracks crossbow pike against Dutch, 2 wood shipments. Dude, just like commit completely to it, you know? Just ship 3 Haas and try to go for the kill. But he went for 4 CDBs, and so the Minutemen and stuff had got so much value there, and Mitoe repaired the bank, and now Bas is like, yeah, okay, I've just lost the game, right? I'm all in on that push, and I didn't do anything, basically. Just got a market and a house, and if he had the 3 Hus in, I'm confident he could have cleaned up everything and got the bank down, and it would have been kind of big. And he wants to keep sieging, but he really needs to fight this. And Mitoe's gonna get 5 skirms out, and he knows he only needs to buy time, and yeah, he's got so many hustles as well. And Boss, he needs a stable really badly. He really needs a stable as soon as possible. He's got a nice infantry mass, to be fair. A followed batch of 10 musks, 10 crossbows as well. He still has all his unit shipments, so he's gonna get 3 Haas out. Getting a stable up as well. He's gonna need to get placer mines at some point, but I mean, he's just shipped 700 coins, so he doesn't need the placer mines so much, so he can just get... Okay, he's gonna get it, but... I think he needed to cancel the placer mines here, maybe, and just get another house. Because what he needs now is a batch of Hus. Like, the priority for Bus at this point is not placer mines, it's getting 5 Husses out, so that he's got 8. And when he's got 8 Hus, he can try to push. Even though it's gonna be hard because of the walls, and Mitoe probably got 8 pikes on the way. Yeah, there you go. So it's gonna be tough, but I mean, it's the only chance for Bus to make something happen at this point. He really needed a big batch of hustles. He might still get 5 hustles, though. Then I get a veil as well, which is always nice. And at the end of the day, you know, that push didn't do too much for Boss, but he's still in a decent spot. Mitoe is on 4 banks, which is nice, but it's not 5 banks, obviously. He's got only hunting dogs, so no steel traps. And I feel like Mitoe is winning, but, you know, it's not unwinnable for France. He's got a huge mass. Mitoe's actually gonna delete this, and I think he might have wanted to just gates, because now this is what Boss wants, right? Look at this. The pikes are on the come on. They were on the perfect side, but yeah, okay, now they're fighting. Pikes, the Dutch pikes getting on top of the blue hussars, the blue pikes out of position in the skirms. Need to melee some musks. Need to snipe the pikes with crossbows, but yeah, Dutch pikes still fighting the hussars, and the skirmisher mass is still alive. Mitoe can just pull back his Huss now, and Envoy is joining the fight as well. Reveal gonna tank, I guess. And that one Hussar is just gonna allow Mitoe to get more hits on the infantry. You see that 2 more units going down, 3. Envoys being even actually kind of useless. You didn't need them, but it's a good trick, you know, to get these envoys out. But in hindsight, he didn't quite need them. Would have been better spent on more hussars and skirms and pikes or something. But yeah, hindsight is always 100%. So 8 bows coming out for France, so he's already completely committing to the H2, which is actually smart because, as you can see, Dutch is pushing out, so France really needed these 8 bows, and yeah, and I think if Mitoe is not careful, like France has just more units, right? The unit composition is arguably a little bit better for Dutch, maybe, but that's gonna be a nice flank, and Mitoe can see it coming now. But the pikes are in the right spot. Envoy is just going to be annoying, and I don't know, more pikes joining the fight as well. Not fighting though. Okay, now they're gonna fight, and it just feels like, you know, this is a good enough trade for Mitoe. Like, he's got all the right units in the right spot. Boss just, you know, that flank not quite working out as he wanted, and the two hussars joining the fight are gonna make a huge difference because it's exactly nicely sniping that huss with the 4 wheels. The two huss are just enough for Mitoe to win the fight. I think Mitoe needed to, like, he could just cancel all his units and age, and he would win right now. Like, you just pull back, you remake the wall, and you age. And what does France do? He's got no tempo now. But Mitoe is committing completely to the H2, and so is Boss. But yeah, Mitoe just taking pretty good trades overall, and eventually, you know, France doesn't have any stuff like Cav HP, Cav Attack in, so it's not like his H2 is gonna be much better than the French one, honestly, and Dutch just has like more units, so and that front base is going down. Nothing's gonna prevent that from happening, and Mitoe's oh, Boss is going for a second stable. I actually like it. If you can follow that with Cav HP and just get like a billion hustles out, then I think he still loses, but that's his best shot. Like, at this point, if you wanna win, you have to surprise Mitoe. Just get massive batches of Haas and try to surround him. Call Minuteman, and yeah, he's gonna get the XP for a shipment. I really hope it's gonna be Cav HP. He doesn't have a whole lot of Haas, but you know, he needs some units, right? And Cav HP is the closest it gets to units. It's just gonna make his Cav stronger, so... And I think he can totally clean this up. Like, you just complete your batch quickly before the house goes down, and you call Minutemen, and you fight. He's gotta go in now. He sold 100 food, and he will get the resources for Minutemen. And I think this should be a cleanup for France, but it might not be enough to win the game. Mitoe is probably aging. Oh no, he's actually still making units. Wow. Minutemen popping. The Haas again in the wrong spot, just fighting the pikes. But it's still a lot of Cav, and they all have Cav HP on them. CDB is gonna get back to work. And yeah, at this point, France can just move this and win the fight, right? Oh, more hustlers coming in though. It's gonna be close. He needs to pull his must on top. Like, you just pull them here and melee. He really needs to micro this. Mitoe doing a good job of sniping the Musk with his skirms. A few Haas just fighting the Vils. This is close. I think if Boss actually bothered to melee his musketeers, he would have won the fight pretty hard. But yeah, still winning the fight. But I don't know. This is a pretty close game, actually. Oh, Mitoe might be able to pick up one Vil. Yeah, one CDB going down. And thing is Mitoe just has a better ego, right? Okay, look at this. France is at 34 plus 25%. Okay, let's call it 44 Vils at this point. 44 Vils, while Mitoe has 36 and 4 banks, which is like 16 Vils roughly. Let's say Mitoe is at least 5. Oh, he's got 5 banks, so he's at least, I would say he's 10 Vils ahead, roughly. So, you know, he's just gonna keep outmassing, and The only thing going for boss is that Mito has the bank. I don't know why it's here, but yeah. Oh wow, nice raid there. No! What are you doing? Oh yeah, there's all the pikes here. Oh, more hearts coming in. This is gonna be close again. Nice splits on the pikes from boss. Just sniping the pikes there. Need to kill that one there. Oh, and Mito is actually gonna get cleaned up. More pikes coming in though, and Basri needs to snipe them. Like that one pike is still alive, doing so much damage. It's got a card on it as well. They got infantry HP, but yeah, Mito getting cleaned up. This is looking like a pretty close game there. I think he just needed to age up. Like he really only needed to age, and Boss is gonna go on top of the Bios now, which is gonna be. Oh, Mito is. Oh, the pike's going around. He needs a gate. Wow. Oh my god. That's going to be a lot of dead skirms here. And the pike's just being completely useless. Just losing almost everything here. And yeah. Boss, just go. You know. Why are you killing the envoys, dude? You know there's Vils here. The priority is to hunt down the Vils at this point. And he's just fighting the envoys. This was really great play by Boss, but he really needed to just like use his tempo to actually kill the Vils. And but now he's gonna find a bunch of Vils there, and Mito doesn't quite have the stuff to defend, and he's trying to buy time. But all these Vils are dead, right? He might be able to escape one if Boss doesn't pay attention, but yeah. I think Boss needs to cancel this. Imagine if he cancels all the Huss and Age is up now. I don't know what he wants to achieve with just more hustles, but I really kind of would have liked him to age. But pretty close game. He killed a lot of Bills. Mito nicely counter raiding, killing a few cities there. And Boss trying to find the husk, but Mito just managed to sneak on the left side of the map, and he might just find some vills on that. Yeah, he's probably just gonna go for that. Few pikes there, and yeah, now Boss is like, I'm in trouble, man. Like he's aged, and France is nowhere near aging, and he really needed to cancel the Hassan age, and then I think he was in a good spot. Look, he could even get that bank down, right? Like, come on, he's got so many husks. Just right click the bank, but he's gonna find these. Oh yeah, but they're hiding there. And Bas is trying to age, but he's getting idled by the hussars. He's gonna lose more CDBs, and this is just a great way by Mito to buy some time. All the wheels gonna go down though. That's like 8 wheels or 9, and the pikes they can't even fight because they would just die. What a game! If Bas can age and get vet hussars, he's got totally a shot at winning the game. Like he would have a very strong army. If these guys would get cav, maybe cav combat is his veterancy, but he needs to age really, really soon because Dutch is just gonna spam so many units. He's lost about 15 vills in the last minutes, but you know he's still got the 5 banks, so got a pretty decent eco. I think France is ahead in eco for sure. However, he's just gonna be late on the age up. Oh, gonna catch the Reiters. Oh, Mito. Gonna lose 2 Reiters, I think. Nice little pick off by Boss there. Oh, he cannot lose all his Huss though. That would be GG. If he has to sack his crossbows, no one cares. Honestly, these guys can die, and that's what Boss is thinking. He's like, okay, dude, you know what? I'm not gonna take any risk. I'm gonna sack these. Just kill them, please. And I'm just gonna run away. This is like 4,000 resources, and this was like 500 resources or 600. So he's like, yeah, just let me run, please. Wow, setting infinite amounts of bills on the barracks just to make sure it goes up in time. And it does go up pretty fast. But yeah, boss, you know, he doesn't have a shipment. You don't want to fight that mate. No, what are you doing? No. You want to get that horse. That horse is on the way, boss. Boss, just, he doesn't have a shipment. He doesn't have veterancy. And he's fighting with all his cav. And oh, this is a huge waste of cav. And I think it's all going wrong from here. Yeah, and boss is gonna call it. What an unfortunate end to this close game. This was a really nice game to watch, and it's a bit sad to see boss throw it in this manner. All he really needed was to like not ship this card, which was really useless. Just age earlier, like cut a batch of Hus, age, save this shipment, and then he would have been in a good spot, I think. Like, look at the raids. He's killed so many vills there. Look at that. The first trades were just fine for Mitoe. Like, this was a great trade for him. This was good enough, I guess. This was a very good trade. And then he just got 2 bad trades in a row just because it's very hard as Dutch to kill a big mass of cab in H2. And Boss was in a good spot there. Mitoe lost so many vills. Look, Boss barely lost any vills, while Mitoe lost, 15 vills. And then he just wasted a shipment on Wilderness Warfare, which is useless at this point, and he just never aged. Like, he aged, I can't see the time, about 2 minutes later than Dutch, and the 2 minutes were just what Dutch needed to win, and yeah, RIP. I would really call this a straw. Like, he had 20 Hus, man. 20 Cav HP Hus. With veterancy, you just get skirms behind and you set move and you win. But yeah, a few guns maybe. And anyway, good game. Mitoe, playing with fire there. Staying H2 for way too long as Dutch and almost losing the game, but still winning it in the end. So well played by both players. This is 3-0 by Mitoe here, so starting to look quite scary for Boss at this point. He's on match point, and it's gonna be tough. All right, so this time I think it's Mitoe picking Otto, and Boss counter picking with Sue. So Sue is a pretty good counter pick to Otto. It's pretty one-sided matchup, really. Like, if Otto tries to go for any kind of front base, usually as Sue, you just don't care. Like, you war hard on top of them and right-click them, basically. Or you can also just you can either like war hard on top of the barracks, ship cab, and train Seaton, or you can also do the opposite, start with the stable, ship Seatons and like train bar riders or axe raiders, and usually you just can't really lose the fight. But we'll see how this goes. So we've got Mitoe, Boss here, Sue. I need to, yes. And he's gonna very quickly scout the map. He's spotted the TP already. He knows there's a food treasure, but he can't quite start it. He's got the 5 pop, which is so useless as Sue. Worst treasure in the game for them. Unless you go a really late game. Picking up 20 coin, which is not exactly what you're hoping to find. And Mitoe is finding 80 wood, and that's gonna be just nice for him. He's got the musk. Oh, he chopped already? For the musk in a house, so he's gonna be late. A bit unfortunate. He would have liked to just, use the wood for the musk and not chop, but yeah. Anyway, Mitoe going in, trying to steal the treasure here. Su's gonna lose a lot of HP. Oh, you need to fight that tiger, but Mito's gonna snipe it and get it. And just before aging up, and this is gonna be so great for him. Okay, he's not calling the GG. Just saying GG because like he's annoyed that he lost the treasure, but yeah. Oh, backyarding his food. But yeah, Mito's gonna be up pretty early despite getting a mosque and the tech and a house and a TP. Now gonna get a second shipment as well. Not gonna try any Silk Road weird stuff. What am I doing? Yeah. And Boss is on 15 views, so that's... I think that's a bit early for Sue, considering they have that 4 shipment. And if he did get the 100 food, it would have been so great for him. Oh, to stage up, mate. Yeah, okay, bit late. Gonna have quite some idle time, about 15 seconds. If only he got the treasure, he would have been up quite a bit earlier, but yeah. Lost lots of HP as... so I guess Boss just resigns there. I'm not sure I understand that, but yeah, okay. That's a bit unfortunate. I think everyone wanted to watch the game, but I think he's a bit tilted to just lose, to be down 3-0. Then, you know, you're Sue. Yeah, you're up against Otto, which is pretty much the worst sieve in Age 1. And they find anti-wood and 100 food. They steal 100 food, and you're Sue, and you just get like 20 coin, and you're maybe a little bit upset about it. And he just quits. A bit unfortunate, but yeah. GG, I guess. So Mitoe is taking it 4-0. So he's gonna be he's gonna be number 3 in the tournament. Well played by him. I'm not gonna check the post game stats of this game because well, it just doesn't make lots of sense.